Welcome to Beginners Academy. Tonight we're going to have a teaser for the upcoming QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo, which will be on the weekend of March 12th and 13th, 2022. Well, I can't start talking about the expo without introducing Eric Guth, 4Z1UG. He grew up in the USA, but he currently resides in Israel. He does the QSO Today interviews, which is a podcast, and he's done almost 400 of those interviews. Each one's about an hour long, and they're just a treasure. And Eric, when COVID came in and the normal ham gatherings were limited, Eric had the idea of a virtual ham expo, and he put that together. And the upcoming expo will be the 4th. And they should continue. This is what a typical ham fest looks like. Well, in fact, this is the world's largest ham fest back in the day at Dayton. And Eric's trying to capture some of this in a virtual form. It's not exactly the same. I think the virtual ham fest has some advantages. Of course, the thing that's hard to do virtually is to pick up a piece of equipment and buy it and run to the car and take it home. But other than that, the virtual expo is going to be really interesting. On this expo, there are about 60 speakers giving presentations. There'll be build-a-thons. There'll be prizes. The prizes are handled by vendors that have exhibits at the expo. And hosting the expo is not for free, so there are tickets on sale. The early bird tickets are $10. We'll talk about the details of registering for that. But what you'll be getting is an amazing experience for anybody that wants to improve their amateur radio knowledge and get exposed to new ideas, cutting edge ham radio technology, and practical operating and building techniques. There's no need to travel. Anyone can participate from their home or office. And you have the Expo website URL there for your reference. These are a few of the notable participants. Some of them will be giving presentations. These people I've run into. I've probably been in amateur radio a little longer than some of you. So Glenn Popeil, KW5GP, is the master of the Arduino for amateur radio. He's published several books, and he will be giving a talk about the Arduino for amateur radio. The next, Julian White, Survival Tech Nord. He lives above the Arctic Circle, and he is, I call him the high priest of portable operating. And he has really evaluated how you can go off the grid and how amateur radio will work with that. So exciting that he's going to give a presentation. Going to the right, George Jefferopoulos, KJ6VU is one of the hosts for Ham Radio Workbench. And Ham Radio Workbench will have a presence. You can visit George at the Expo. A very unique individual, Rex Harper, W1REX, is just the master of do-it-yourself amateur radio. He has a business that produces many small kits that are in the easy to build category, and he will be hosting a build-a-thon. And to fully participate, you can order one of his kits, and they'll walk through building it as in one of the presentations. One of the biggest personalities and has an awesome life story and in rock and roll. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, by the way. But his expertise is audio, and that's Dr. Bob Heil. And he will be giving a talk, always sharing a new insight on audio and amateur radio. And relatively new among this group is Callum McCormick. He has the DX Commander company, which sells vertical antennas. And he also does a lot of YouTube work. He's over in the UK. So this is only 6 of at least 60 presenters, and they're all going to be awesome. I just wanted to highlight some of the presentations. Courtney Duncan, N5 Bravo Foxtrot, is going to give a keynote address about the importance of amateur radio and technical hobbies to advance the world's technology. And he'll talk about some of mankind's biggest projects. And he has a work experience at the JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, 35 years. And there's kind of a nexus between amateur radio and big things happening. Perhaps I've heard that our cell phones really got their start from some hams at Motorola who were just kicking around the idea on the 2-meter repeater, and you see what came of that. Believe it or not, I've had so many people let me know that they are learning the Morse code. They're just getting started. And whether you're just getting started or you just like to improve Morse code, there's a presentation about it. And the talk will be about CW Academy, what's offered, and what it takes to succeed building your Morse code skills. This is the beginners build-a-thon. Rex Harper, helped out by Stephen Hauser, and you definitely want to go to the website, find out the details, and order your kit. The beginner's kit will be a 20-meter transmitter, and you see it has 25 components. This is a great opportunity to learn another skill, which is soldering and kit building. So this is very exciting. There's a hands-on side to amateur radio, and this is your gateway. Next one, this one I thought would be good for beginners. From the sun to the earth to the ionosphere. There's a lot of terms you hear about the effects of sunspots and geomagnetic storms, and it gets a little difficult to follow, but this presentation is to help you get on board with all that's going on. And it's good to know, particularly because cycle 25 is cranking up, and the sun's going to have a big effect on how we can communicate on the bands. Everybody's favorite is antennas, which you can make a Saturday afternoon project of, and that's going to be John's VE3 IPS, his presentation. So this is one. But I just went through the list, pulled these out. Depending on your interest, you may want to drop in on others. The presentations will be organized into tracks. So there'll be several presentations going on at once, and you can choose which one you want to watch. After the presentation, the presenter will be in a Zoom room, and you can join the Zoom room and ask questions of the presenter and hear the Q&A that goes on. A new feature of this virtual expo is called Kumo Space, and it's a way for the participants to interact with each other in rooms that can be furnished and designed. The exhibitors are going to have some rooms, and there'll be some lounges, and it's a place to go, just like it was a real ham fest. You might sit down and start up a chat with other attendees. Well, it's going to be possible in Kumo Space. So give that a try. It's going to be interesting. I did some in the previous expos. There were similar ideas, and I met some interesting people just by kind of dropping in the rooms. These are the major sponsors: ARRL, Flex Radio, and Elecraft. So they're going to be showcasing their services and products. There's going to be a number of other exhibitors, and they may have prizes. It's up to the individual exhibitor to determine how their prizes can be won. So you'll just have to check it out. You might get lucky. So you can get more information on the Expo website, QSO today, hamexpo.com, and that is where you register. It's very important. Get your tickets now. So go ahead and register. When you go to the website, you'll see a button to register, just as we've shown here. And it is, I'll just tell you ahead of time, it is $10, but you won't have any other expenses traveling, and you can do it from the comfort of your home. You might want to use your better computer so that the streaming and everything works smoothly. Maybe you want to have a big screen. And so it's going to be exciting. So with that, we'll wrap up our teaser, and you can ask any questions that you might have. Thanks for listening.